something else. I found my first ever social media video that I happened to use the Instagram platform to make. And it was a little more than a year ago. And I made that post, and the subject of it was really surprising to me, the response that I got on that very, very first post. And it's worth a story, and I hope you enjoy that story. And it's my gift to you coming into the holidays. And I just want to express my sincere thanks. I did manage to get a few subscribers. I know this drill. I'm not new to it now, and it takes a lot of patience to build a community. And that's what I'd like to do, is just build a community of people that like to share and have conversation about stories and things that are important to their own lives. So with that, have a wonderful holiday season. And here we go with the next part of this post. Thank you so much. Hey, good morning. It's me. It's Tuesday. And I just woke up, and I'm sitting in front of my monitor. I haven't got a hat on. It's a bad hair day, and I just thought I'd come down here. When I woke up, it was about 5 o'clock in the morning. Usually I wake up now around 3 o'clock. I think us geezers do that every once in a while. I woke up thinking about the first time that I ever did a video and posted it on a social media account. And it was a reel. And the subject of the reel was about hope. And I did the post in a little park just where I take my dog every day for a walk. And the reason I woke up thinking about that is, in this time of year, for a lot of geezers and other folks, hope is an important thing to have. And when I made that post, I was kind of at a low point and feeling just kind of down about everything. Oddly enough, that post received over 42,000 views. And I have some helpers that help me with the marketing on my art store. They were astounded, because that was the first post I ever did. And it's really hard for anyone that's not used to going on a camera and not, totally unprofessional to make a post. But I got over that hurdle, and the first one, since it received such a good response, gave me confidence to keep going and kind of led the trail to hope, right? I recall, what was the subject of that reel? Well, I was thinking about the idea of hope, and I thought about one of my favorite forever paintings, Starry Night. I'd just been to our local presentation of the Van Gogh exhibit in Portland, Oregon here. I came away from that experience rethinking about Starry Night. Well, that's one of his most famous paintings. I was fortunate enough to actually see it. I believe it was in Washington, D.C. at one of the museums back there. It was years ago now. But anyway, in that painting, a lot of people thought Vincent was crazy throughout most of his life. And when you look at the turbulence and everything that occurred in that piece of work, the cypress tree and the starry night and the swirls in the sky, and you begin to think, I don't think that was his message. I think that Vincent in that painting had a sense of hope, and he found it. And for however long, whatever brief moment it took, the guy as an artist was fantastic. He's now probably the most famous artist in the world at this point. But he only sold one painting, and that was to another artist, which in my world, that kind of doesn't count. It's like a freebie to another artist, right? So Vincent reached within himself and found this sense of hope. And I think the lesson for me in that story was hope is really not something you wish for. It's something that you make, and it's something that you share with others. And I think if you're a geezer like me, the path forward is full of uncertainty. And we don't know. We're a phone call away from some news that could determine the rest of our time on Earth. We live with this uncertainty, and someday you wake up and the sun shines, and other days you wake up and it doesn't. Today it's great outside, and I'm looking at a hummingbird feeder as I do this video. So I want to use storytelling for my way of sharing hope. And it's something I can do. It's something I feel like doing. And you know what? I don't care whether it's perfect or any of that kind of thing. It just doesn't matter. It's just trying to connect with those things that make us human and appreciate them as we wander through this path in our fourth act, as I call it. That's where geezers are going. They're going down this road, and they look to the left and the right, and they have friends who are suffering misfortune. Others are inspiring. In fact, I found 2 or 3 this last week. One was a lady up in the northern part of Canada. Her name was Ion, I-O-N, and I think it was Christensen. I'll put it in the label down here. But she was 91, and she was on a podcast talking to this person about her life and sharing her story. And it was really fantastic. And she was really sharp as a tack. She was asked a question about what does she fear most for the future, and she shot him out just like that. Climate change, the emergence of artificial intelligence, the threat of war. She just popped him right out. I thought that was so impressive, and she has had such a great life, and I was glad for just a few minutes on that podcast to share her story. So that's all for the day. Have a great day. Every day is special, and it's your turn to make some hope and share it with somebody else. Thanks a bunch.